I have four children. So and right now I'm kind of like what the online lifestyle has gifted me is that now I'm a stay-at-home dad. Okay, 70% of the time I'm a stay-at-home dad, taking care of my children, and 30 percentage if I get time, or probably 20 percentage if I get time, I work. Okay, another 10 percentage I spend time on myself. So this is the biggest thing that online lifestyle has gifted me.
I think we have our guest with us today. We can quickly jump into a conversation with him and then address any questions because I'm super keen to learn from his experience and I would love to kind of understand more about the funnel that Vinod typically uses. Hi, Vinod, how are you doing?
Hi, Kinesh. Really
How's
good.
it going? Good to see
Really
you.
good, man. Long time.
Yes, yes. For those of you who don't know, Vinod also is a fellow of Startup Leadership Program, and so am I. We've connected through SLP earlier, and it's such a pleasure to finally be meeting him online because there are great things that his business is building. So, Vinod, without any delay, I would love for you to introduce your platform. That you've been working on for the past 1 year plus.
Fantastic, man. So I'm learning coach Vinod, and I actually am an STEM educator for the past 15 years. So I started off as a robotics teacher for schools, for school students, and I've been chief coach to India for the World Robot Olympiad. I'm also a NASA certified trainer. But what happens was that when it comes to training, it's kind of like a really tedious process to scale, because if only you have the best kind of teachers with you, so you'll be able to deliver the right kind of response, or else your passion will not be able to be pushed on to another teacher to go on and deliver the same. So we had so much of hiccups, and I moved over to another business where we do mobile planetarium shows to school children. Okay, so this was happening very good. I started off a preschool just before the pandemic, and then pandemic hit. So what the pandemic did was that it completely closed down all sources of revenue, because we were dependent on schools for our entire business. So no schools, so it meant that there was no business. Uh, I think it was April 2020 during the pandemic. Completely, I had about 300, 400 rupees in my bank account, thinking what I'm going to do, how am I going to support the family. That stumbled upon the opportunity to start an online business. So after my robotics stint, that was somewhere close to 7, 8 years ago, I stopped training. So but COVID pushed me and said, okay, there's an opportunity where we can start doing something online. And with COVID, we started off with the Space Science Learning Club. So
Can
what
we
we
look
did.
at the website? While you're talking
Yes.
about it, it would be fantastic to look at the website and the offerings that are there on the platform.
Okay.
Um, you
So
know,
yeah, probably can you do the screen share? I'll join from my mobile.
so
Uh-huh.
how do
So it's
you?
learnspacescience.com.
Yes, just give me. So I can
Yeah,
just Google it, right?
yeah.
Learn
Learn space
space
science.
science. Yes. Okay, I'm just going to share your website now. I believe people
Yes,
can see it now. So I see
yes,
you have programs on Astro Club, Learning Master
yes.
Science, Camp Tour of Our Universe, Live Simulation Experience. So brilliant programs and amazing costs. They are not that expensive. I mean, you start at about just 199 rupees and there's a free
Yeah,
program as well. So
yes.
what is the best selling program here and why the space science for you is a clear answer there
See,
because these
I think it will be nice if I give the audience a little bit of overview on how I came across this program. Okay,
sure sure
so initially April, I decided that I'm going to start something online, but had no clue what to do. So the best thing that many a times what we entrepreneurs do is that we create a program and go to the market and try to sell the program. So I'm completely against this, thing. So it's like, doing something and expecting the market to buy the product. So I've always been like, go to the market, ask what the market wants. So whatever the majority of them want, then I can, deliver the same. So what I did was that I collected like, 50, 60, my children's, friends, spoke to their, parents and said, hey, I'm good at, teaching astronomy, space science, and pretty much science. So what I want to do is that I'm feeling bored. My kids are feeling bored. So why don't I engage your children for 1 hour every day for the next 5 days? So it was a complete free program. So I had about 60 people join in for the program. It was a super duper success. So we did it out of, boredom. So didn't know what to do. So I thought, okay, let me just, bring them, play some quiz, teach them, a few things and stuff like that. That really went good. So we decided, we thought, okay, hey, is it possible we can do something more out of it? And then I launched a free masterclass. So something kind of like a webinar. So it's not it's a recorded course. So a free masterclass where at the end of the masterclass, I did pitch them for a summer camp in the month of May.
Amazing. So
Okay.
I'll just highlight a couple of things before I, move ahead with some
Yes, sir.
questions with you, Vinod. So one of the best things that I see here, and which are inspirational in most of the successful entrepreneurs online, is that they follow a passion, which you did. You had a background in these domains, which you
Yes.
kind of
Yes.
capitalized on. It's a sign of a brilliant mind and somebody who doesn't kind of drop things in between because you're doing something you love. The second great thing you did is you just didn't go with what you love, you tested it out. Is the market in need of what you are building, right? So that's
Fantastic.
another great step. And for people listening in today, and for everybody who listen in to our conversation, the recorded sessions are watched by thousands of people. Everybody has to notice these two are kind of non-negotiables, and you've done both of these, right? And the third thing I hear from you is you have a funnel that works, and the
Yes.
funnel seems like you have a masterclass. So is the masterclass free, the masterclass that you are mentioning about?
The masterclass was free. So I quickly set up a Facebook advertisement. Did not have any money at this point in my bank account. Still with the 300, 200 rupees in the bank account. 1 week had passed. So 60 students have enjoyed. So I thought, okay, let me do something. So quickly shot a video with my laptop. And I think there was one screen capture tool like Berrycast. So I had my screen and created a presentation, created a video lesson. Okay. Uploaded it on initially it was on YouTube. So uploaded it as unlisted video on YouTube and advertised in Facebook saying that, hey, you can watch this right now in there. Okay. So we were able to get a customer, okay, who was able to watch the entire video at just 3 rupees.
Wow, amazing. So you're saying you spent 3 rupees in advertising?
See,
Wow.
for every customer, my cost of acquisition was 3 rupees then.
Amazing. And you're talking about Facebook advertisements that you ran.
Yes, Facebook advertisement. So
That
what we
is
did
some
was that,
funnel. That is
yeah.
some funnel.
So we had 1,000 people, watch the videos, watch the entire masterclass. Okay. So and at the end of the day, we were able to make. I was selling a 1,000 rupee product there, 999 for a 10-day summer camp or something like that. So I had about 130 signups.
Super awesome, man. I mean, this is amazing. So your funnel was you ran Facebook ads just at a cost of acquisition of 3 rupees. So just spent about 3,000 plus
3,000.
rupees and you converted about 120 plus people. So the
Yes,
total
and
revenue was
all on
1 lakh.
automation.
Wow,
All on
1 lakh
automation. There
20.
was no conversion actually. There was no sales involved. So you just come in, you watch the video. So at the end of 1 hour, you are kind of like, hey, this guy is able to deliver some value for my child. So why don't I take up the program? And we always came up with one very important thing, saying that, hey, I know it's online. I know I am new. You are new to the fundamental thing. If anything doesn't work out, so remember, money is secondary. So
Yeah.
I'm here to impact your child. So if anything doesn't work out, you can get your money back anytime. So there is not a single dime that we are going to worry about. So people quickly jumped on board and said, hey, we want to take up the program and join the program.
Amazing. So what you just mentioned, it was kind of an automated webinar that you did. So you
Yes.
just kind of played a webinar and then you had people watch it, and then people were converting. So you had a call to action towards the end of the webinar. Were you also saying about buy my full program or this is what I'm going to sell? Were you selling it within the webinar
See,
script?
within the webinar. See, at the end of the webinar, I said, "Hey, now I've given you 1 hour of free time, so you know what value I could give it
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to do a 10-day live session. So if you are interested, join. So my expectation was probably 10 people would join, and that would cover my monthly rental, and I could probably look out for something else to cover the other expenses.
But
But
it's
then
not
it
just the
was
monthly rental, it got you
uh,
a buffet, right? I mean, it
super.
covered the rental and the buffet.
See what the online the again there were a lot of issues when it happened because all of it was plug and play, and one see Facebook ads have to run, and then YouTube, it was just an unlisted video. So a lot of people over here, when you are creating your first course, might be really apprehensive that people might steal the course
Yeah.
and go away. So my mentor told me, I was also very skeptical. I initially wanted to go ahead with at that point, I didn't know about Knorish. So we were, evaluating a few other LMS from the US and stuff like that. So my mentor said a very fantastic thing. He said, if somebody is going to steal your content and they are going to, give it out, put it on torrent or give
Yeah.
it out for free or stuff like that, it means that your content is good. So don't worry. This is just your tripwire. So whether you are able to sell it, or whether you are able to give it out for free, don't worry about it. If your content is good, people will come back to you. So that's the
Fantastic
reason.
suggestion. Now Knorish has state-of-the-art DRM
Yes,
protection for videos, but even
yes,
then I tell people that with that DRM protection, if your content is still amazing, people are going to do screen captures, right? And they're going to distribute
yes,
it on torrent or do stuff like that. But don't worry about it. If that happens to you, you are brilliant. And that is a signal that you can make it really big. The
yes.
content is in demand, right? So amazing.
So
This
so we
sounds like
had
a
a lot of plug and play. I think I took up Zoom came up with an amazing offer saying that, hey, now you can buy Zoom at 13,000 rupees for a year or something like that. So gave me 100 people license. So I got that, and I was kind of like pretty content. I also had one more. My
but
team
with
was there at
Knorish,
that time.
with
No,
Knorish now you
before
get
knowledge.
Zoom. Yeah, so
See,
this is like
before Knorish,
500
let me
people
come back to the
licensed.
story of how what Knorish did. Okay,
Yeah.
so I had a team of 4 people then, who were part of the Space Trek and other companies that I were running, but we were not sure when the lockdown was going to open up. So each of them were chipping in few other points, and when we did this thing, our expectation was that this could be a one-off. So this could probably be a beginner's luck. So we just did something. Summer camp went okay. We made some money. I think this is going to be it. So we won't know what we are going to do next. Okay? Then again, something inside me was kind of like going on. I went to one of the another mentor of mine invited me for a course. He said, "Hey, I'm going to help people create courses. So why don't you come there?" And I was there in his course. And the first thing that he said, it was a 5-day program. The first thing that he said was that, how do you build a course? Whatever course that you like the most, so copy it and make it better. Okay, he
Amazing.
said, if you really like something, like let's say Tony Robbins has created a fantastic program on mindset and other stuff. So watch the program, take a look at it, and if you have the capacity, make something better than that. So there's nothing wrong in taking inspiration. So quickly, I took an inspiration of creating a course on stargazing. Okay, so earlier it was a free program and a live program, so we didn't had much of an issue. But this was a course. So and when we opened it, we launched it as a low cost program. So we launched it at 199 rupees, hoping that we are going to have another 50 100 students come and participate during a month. The first week we had about 300 people register at 199.
And what was the
So
funnel at that point?
we didn't had a funnel. We just added them to a WhatsApp group, and every
Okay.
day I would send them the YouTube video link to them. So and at the end we would say Tata bye bye. I didn't had an upsell. So didn't know what an upsell was at that point. Okay. Next week I had 300, 400 students. So within 2 months time, I had catered to almost close to 2000 students. So that's when we got, scared. And by that time, my entire team, none of us are kind of like, tech savvy. So managing 300, 400 students every week was kind of like, getting difficult. And that's when we came into Knorish. So that you could take care of all the other stuff, and I would take care of just the training part. Okay, so with Knorish we launched the course, and Superstar Gazer, so far about 9,000 students have attended Superstar Gazer program.
Amazing, amazing.
Okay, so that was our second program. So
and how much was it? You mentioned 199.
199, 200.
199. So that's been the best-selling program that you've had so far.
No. That was my best-selling program in 2020. Okay. In September, October, what happened was that our Facebook accounts were hacked.
Oh.
So a couple of Russian hackers, they hacked into our account, and they added an advertisement for 80,000 rupees value for a day. So we saw the advertisement. Since we were running Facebook ads every day, we were looking at it, every hour, every 15 minutes. It's kind of like, hey, how much ad has gone on, how many people have, joined the program. That would have been the only thought going in. So we saw somebody else has, put up an ad over there, and we stopped the ad, and immediately the account was blocked. And what those guys did was that they added themselves as the admin and made me as a manager. So I would be only able to post stuff and not run ads and other stuff. So I think this happened a day before Diwali that year. Okay, and till New Year, we did not have access to our Facebook. So the biggest lesson was not to have all the eggs in one basket. So Facebook was our only means of source. Until that point, we didn't have landing pages. We were not focused more on conversion. Facebook ads directly they go to payment, and they get access to the course in Knorish. And on the third day and fifth day, I would go live through the Knorish platform and talk to them. That was all simple. Okay. So, and there was no upsell, so it was not kind of like too complicated for that. But then that caused a huge issue for us, and luckily it gave us a break so that we can sit back and think what we could do next. So we came up with another program called as Virtual Planetarium. Okay, so just like how you visit a planetarium, now you can visit a virtual planetarium where we take you to the entire universe, take you to different places and discuss among it. So that was an instant hit. So we launched it in January. There were January 2021. Okay, May 2021, I was kind of like making 5-6 lakhs a day. So this would happen only once in a week.
Wow.
Okay, once in a week. On Saturday, the program would happen, and it's a recorded program. People did not know that it's a recorded program. It's kind of like an evergreen webinar. So all I have to do is switch on the OBS at that particular point of time so that it goes live. Okay, and people would pay. So there are like 3-4 weeks where we made more than 5 lakhs every week.
And what was the funnel there? I'm curious about this program.
Yeah, again, my biggest regrets had been I did not have a funnel back then, because all my low ticket programs were making very good money. So for instance, for the 200 rupee virtual planetarium show, my cost of acquisition was not more than 70-80 rupees.
Wow. So you were doing 2.2 ROAS on that,
yes,
which is great.
Yes.
What is the blended ROAS that all your programs combined would do? And if you had an average?
Would probably be about 1.7 to 2.
Amazing. For people who are listening to us right now and they don't know what an ROS is, it's the return on advertising spend. What this means is if you spend 100 rupees, do you make 200 rupees? And that's called 2 ROS. That means you doubled your money, right? So for those of you who are not aware of this term, and when you're saying, Vinod, that you did not have any funnels, what are the main funnels right now that you're running?
Okay.
If you could walk us through. I got the webinar one that you mentioned.
Yeah. See, 1 year down the line, we decided that we got to have a funnel. So it's not like, the low ticket programs. Yes. See, what happens is that for many people, the low ticket programs are not where you make money. So for a 200 rupee program, sometimes the cost of acquisition is 230, 240. And what you do is that you sell and upsell inside of the program, so that it becomes, cost effective on the longer run. So I did not have that upsell with me because this itself was kind of like, keeping me occupied. And what we did was that I think in September or August of 2020, my team decided to move over to other projects which are kind of like near their hometown and other stuff. So I became a single person company.
My God.
So whatever we have done till this point, I'm just a single person company. So
and what's your cumulative revenue? How much money you made from 2020 to now, if you don't mind me asking?
2022 to now, about 1.1 crores.
Super awesome. Kudos, man. I mean, this is what, great success stories are made of. Alone, and most of the time you've been alone on this, right? I mean, you've been a single person company.
Single person.
So now what are the funnels that you are managing, yourself?
Okay, so right now we have a program called iSky Astro Club, so which is a membership platform. So last year, we have acquired somewhere about 20,000 students. So 20,000 happy students. So if you just Google Learn Space Science or Space Science Learning Club, you would find at least about 1,000 reviews in Google. Okay, and
wow.
If you go to our Facebook, you would have at least about 5,000 comments in various different.
Were you pushing them? Were you rewarding people to do these comments?
Yes, we were rewarding. We were rewarding.
Yeah, because I learned that that's a very important thing. How were you rewarding? We'll come back to this question, but I'll come back to the funnel question again. We'll park this one for now.
So the idea was that 20,000 people, can they pay me 1 rupee a day? Will they pay me 1 rupee a day? Of course, yes, they will. So we were kind of like exploring how could we make them pay 1 rupee a day, or how could we make them long-term customers. So I acquire you today, but what happens is that I make money from you today. But it would be nice if I could add more value to you throughout another. See, my customers are parents. My consumers are children who are like 8-9 years. So it's not like I'm providing something which is a one-time valid program for them. So a child who joins with me at 8 years. So if they could be there with me for 14 years, that's when I would be able to create more impact on them, and that's why they will be able to reward me better with the monetary gratification. So always look at a lifetime value of a customer. And last year we said, okay, we are going to come up with a club, and 2-3 months back we launched a club called the iSky Astro Club. So right now we have about 100 students there, paying me 1,500 rupees for a year. And
so
what I do is that
a rupee a day. I mean, 1.1 rupee a day or something like that. But
see, more than 3 rupees a day. 5 rupees a day. 5 rupees a day. No,
okay.
1,500 rupees.
Yeah, 1,500. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah,
yes,
1,500. And my estimate is that probably by the end of the year, I would have about 500-600 people enrolled in the club. Okay, so you guys are giving me a 500 license, Zoom. So my estimate is that I should at least have 550-600 people.
We are coming with an option to buy a 10,000 people license also, by
wow.
the way, for when you become
I should be eligible for that. So the idea is that, see, here I'm kind of running the class only once every week, every month. So the third Sunday, so on 21st of August, I have a class. So other than that, I'm not interacting with any of them over there. And what we have done is that we had set up weekly emails to them on the study subject at Knorish, so that like what George showed sometime back, how the setup has happened. Everything is set up. Yeah,
so you have drips set up. Yes. And wow, I mean, this is amazing. The way you're optimizing and using this is so inspiring. I see so many things that people could learn from this. So amazing, 1.1 to 1.2 crore revenue that you've done. You're running this funnel and you're trying to build this into a membership, how are you increasing the number of people that come into a contact you with your business? Are you still running ads? Are
See,
you becoming organic?
see, becoming organic is a myth. So I don't think it is possible. So
Love
I
that.
was just commenting. See, June, July, I have stopped my advertisements with Facebook. So because Facebook ads are going so high. In May, we did my advertising budget was about 2.14 lakhs. So for which we did only 2.46 lakhs of revenue. So it was not
The
making
ROS is
sense.
pretty bad.
ROS had come down very low. So and probably my the schools have opened up. My target audience are kind of like
Yeah.
wanting to have a small break. So 2 years of online, now they kind of like want to go out, and then I'm pretty sure they're gonna come back. So I also have I have 4 children. So and I also know that they need a break from online. So
Yeah.
we wanted to scale down a little and then look out for scaling from October and November.
So where are the ads running? If they're not running on Facebook, where are you running them, Vinod?
Last 2 months, I have not been doing any kind of ads. So see, a couple of mistakes that I did in the first 2 years was that we were spending heavily. At least about 40 lakhs I had spent on Facebook advertisements. Okay, so but we did not focus on growing a follower and kind of stuff like that. Okay, so ads were running, ads were creating revenue, but we were not able to create a follower out of the social media thing. So didn't look at simultaneously growing the organic reach. Okay, so that was one big mistake that we had done. Okay, the next big mistake was I won't call it as a mistake. So it's like choosing the niche. Okay, so for instance, see the niche that I'm dealing right now is space science and astronomy learning. So maybe not everyone's cup of tea is space science and astronomy learning.
Yeah.
So we are thinking right now to see if we can launch different funnels for different other programs. So what I am thinking, see what this lifestyle had done to me is that it has given my life back. So earlier it used to be like 16, 17 hours of working every day. So last week I was at a school. I just told them the teachers what is my everyday routine. Okay, and they were kind of like oh, how can we have such a kind of a routine.
Yeah.
So see, I have 4 children. So and right now I'm kind of like what the online lifestyle has gifted me is that now I'm a stay-at-home dad. Okay, 70% of the time I'm a stay-at-home dad, taking care of my children, and 30 percentage if I get time, or probably 20 percentage if I get time, I work. Okay, another 10 percentage I spend time on myself. So this is the biggest thing that online lifestyle has gifted me, and I think it can do much better if I'm able to compartmentalize and earn. So for instance, next month I'm launching a funnel on learning. So how to make children learn. So it's a 15-day program. And what I'm planning to do is that uh, the classes would happen early in the morning from 6:30 to 7. Okay, for kids. So it's a hybrid program. So it's a combination of videos and live lessons. So there will be one video, and alternate day there is a live lesson. Okay, so and my estimate is that whatever is required for the survival of my family. Okay, so even today I would need about 60,000-70,000 rupees to run my family. Okay, so if that's gonna happen, that is going to be earned before 7 a.m. Before the day starts.
Wow.
Okay, so next program. So the iSky Astro Club, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to scale it to 5-6 lakhs during a year. So 50,000 rupees for working one Sunday.
Super amazing. No, this is all that you've just spoken about are dream targets for a lot of people. And I see so much of potential. In fact, we're going to, I'll have a few ideas that we could possibly work on together. I have one question. I mean, I would want to take a few questions from the audience also here. One question, the one suggestion that you'll have for people who are just starting out, specifically addressing the content creation problem as well, because I feel a lot
Okay.
of people
Okay.
get stuck
Content
there.
creation. See,
Yes.
content creation. I never create content and advertise. I advertise and then create content.
So you pre-launch, which is something
Pre-launch.
that, yeah, which is something that we always talk about, you know, and it
See,
puts a pressure on you as well.
only when somebody puts a knife to your throat, you would
Yeah.
be the best. Under pressure, you would deliver the best. Okay, so
For those who don't know what a pre-launch is, just in the session, I would try to summarize it in a minute. I mean, pre-launch is where you just advertise. So you sign up on Knorish platform, create the listing of a course that you will deliver maybe 30 days later or 10 days later, and just start talking about it on social media, advertise it. And when people reach for that event, that's your first recording you during the live session, or you could do a drip. So when you have the first buyer, you start drip releasing the content. That means shoot program. So two ways to do a program release.
shoot program is one, and some of my best-selling programs, okay, had been created by somebody else.
Wow, how do you do that? Like, what is
For
it that?
instance, I'm launching one program on September 5th. Okay, so it's called Space Art. Okay, it's called Space Art, where I'm going to teach children, or not me. So through the course, we are going to teach children how to create, let's say, a picture of a galaxy. Okay, how to recreate the Van Gogh painting. Okay, how to use buds and other art and craft material and create a fantastic moon illusion that you can stick in your bedroom. Okay, so there are 5 exercises in there. So each exercise has costed me about 5,000 rupees to create, and I have not created. I've just outsourced it to art teachers. So I went on online through different Facebook groups. So I just said that, hey, I want someone who can help me create a space art project. So I think about 13-14 people volunteered. Did a small interview. First sent them a video. So now I don't do interviews. I send them a video saying what is my expectation. If you meet the expectation, then is when we connect. So 6 people connected, and 5 people, I paid them 5,000 rupees each. For 25,000 rupees, I created the program, and I think with my 20,000 customers, I'll be able to monetize at least 3 to 10 times the cost of the program.
Super amazing, Vinod. Now, there have been so many lessons here. I mean, golden nuggets. I mean, I knew I was going to learn so much from you, and I didn't expect that there are going to be so many amazing things. George, over to you.
I mean, a lot of learning here. I mean, I was amazed in my previous conversation also with you, Vinod, where you spoke about your journey. So now, if I understand correctly, what you're saying is when you go to schools and you do these presentations, those are your channels for getting students to join your online programs. Is that correct?
Okay, now now as schools have started, we are restarting the planetarium business. Earlier, it used to be just conduct the planetarium show and go away. Okay, so since I already have a free masterclass which had been really successful, so what I'm doing is that after the planetarium show is done, I'm redirecting them to the Knorish platform, saying that, hey, sign up over here. So once you sign up, I would have your email address, I would have your phone numbers, and probably we have pixels integrated at the sign up page. So I'll be able to track you in different places, show you advertisements, and make you into better long-term customers of mine. So we are giving a free masterclass, and I'm hoping that last year till now, I have about 20,000 email addresses, lists, and phone numbers with me. So by the end of the academic year 2023, okay, we'll at least have about 70,000-80,000 email addresses and phone numbers. So it means that more business through them.
Yeah, that's a great insight that you've mentioned, and I keep talking about that as well. That when you're running Facebook ads, you're actually reaching out to Facebook to access their database. So building your own database of email IDs and phone numbers is super important,
Yes.
and be super active on WhatsApp. Are you using WhatsApp marketing?
See, we have been trying a few, here and there jugaads with regards to WhatsApp marketing, but it's again kind of like, getting very costly. So sticking to email marketing right now.
Sure, and if you want to, we ourselves, as you might have received a message, I think if you've signed up, but we ourselves are using WhatsApp marketing for now. It's just primarily reminders for the webinars, and we've seen just by that for now, because very few people are actually using WhatsApp right now for this. So the attendance rate for the webinar has shot up quite a bit, because in India, unfortunately, not everybody is super active on the emails. But when you're using Knorish as a platform, when you get those email reminders, they automatically have that calendar invite. But even then, we were getting great responses. But once we started sending out WhatsApp messages, the numbers just shot up immediately. So I think that's something you should definitely look at. One question that I wanted to, and people, if you have any questions, we can probably take up a few. DK Paul, this also answers your question of how do I build my database. Make sure you focus on capturing email IDs. But one question, what is the biggest upsell that you're selling? And does the second question that I wanted to have with that is, does the duration of the content really make a difference in terms of the pricing of the course?
No. See, I think what kind of a value that you are, adding to the people is the most important thing. If I'm able to add value in 30 minutes, okay, so parents would be happy to, pay me the same amount. So if I don't have to spend 5 hours, 5 days or 30 days in order to, command a larger money from the parent.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, that's love that answer. And then Sushma has a question in the answer. Sorry, in the Q&A section. She's saying how to do Facebook ad, but since you're a single person business, how did you learn Facebook ads?
See, again, that was a lot of. I was really lucky that my first campaign was a super duper success. So we started, really early. Okay, but right now, since there are a lot of people, I think the best place to start off would be to get connected with a Facebook advisor on Facebook. So Facebook provides free advisors who would be able to set up the advertisements, who would be able to set up your campaigns and other stuff for free. Okay, so whether you pay just 20 rupees or whether you pay 2,000 rupees or 2 lakh rupees, we all get the same advices. So you can make use of them to kickstart the advertising campaign, and not just Facebook. You can also look at various other avenues to start acquiring customers. So go see. First thing you do when you build a course is try to identify the need for the course. Okay, like I told you earlier, again, like I told earlier, I'm building a course on space art. Okay, I already have 60-70 people who are interested to pay whatever money that I'm going to quote for them. So I will probably, for a 5-day video lesson, I will probably charge them $499. Okay, and I already have 50-60 people ready for that. Okay, so if 50-60 people are ready, I'm pretty sure 500-600 people will be ready. If 500-600 people take it up, I'm pretty sure 5,000-6,000 people will take it up. So if 5,000-6,000, so go one step at a time. So when you build a course, don't think that this course is going to be consumed by millions of people. So have a small set of target. Achieve the target, and once you achieve the target, you would already know whether the course is working. What can you make to make it much better? It's always the lean principle. So do something, try it out, okay, get feedback, and then redo it, and that's how you make the product much better and better and better and better and better. And that applies to even Facebook ads. So when you find a program, okay, find a market, create a content for the market, pre-sell the product first. So don't expect that you're going to spend so much of money on creating the course and people will line up to buy the program. So that's not going to happen. So pre-sell it. So pre-sell it at whatever cost that you want. So don't think that you will only sell a premium program. So premium program would be able to be sold once you start growing, once more people start noticing you. So push your program as much as possible. The more value that you are able to add, more people will start referring you. And it can be like, hey, for the first 10 people, I'm going to add value for free. So from the 11th people, this 10 people will bring another 10, 20 people into your system. So you build a community. So always have small targets. Don't go with, really big targets. So have small targets, achieve the target, and move on to the next stage.
That is such a golden nugget. I mean, everybody thinks that making a crore in a day or a month kind of a target, that does take a lot of effort. It's not that people are not doing. We've seen coaches make 1 crore a month also, but it takes a lot of effort to get that number. And everybody starts from their first 10 customers. So that's a really amazing point there. Sushma is also saying thank you so much for all the ideas. She's really inspired with what you're sharing. So thank you so much for that. Yeah. So my question, Ayushi Pal has asked a question. Ayushi Pal, PMP, I hope you're still listening. And I think you've already answered this question in some form or the other, but I'll still ask how to do ads, Facebook ads, when you have little money for ad spend.
Probably I would start. The more that you are visible in Facebook, the more you have time. So I'm not a huge social media user. Okay, so other than for my business purpose, I'm not there on social media. Okay, so what I would probably do if I do not have money is I would probably be there on social media. Try to spend 3-4 hours on adding value. So being there on social media is not like, sitting and watching reels. So being there in social media is about, being there and adding value. So go to posts, go to advertisements. So the best thing is that the moment that you start searching for, so let's say you want to create a course on digital marketing, or can anyone, just tell what is the niche that you're working on in the chat?
We have a lot of a mix of people. People are, there's a life coach. There is somebody who's doing affiliate marketing courses. Supriya is saying she's into yoga.
Okay, yoga, Supriya, super. So the moment that you start searching for yoga, what Facebook and Instagram and Google would do is that they would start showing you yoga related advertisements. Okay, so what I do is that whatever advertisements that comes across to my niche, okay, so that is to catering to kids, okay, I take a screenshot of them. Okay, and like what my mentor told me, if what I have to do is just make sure that the advertisement that I'm creating is better than the advertisement that I have as a screenshot. That's it. So I don't have to do any kind of re-engineering, try to do something new. All the stuff is done by my competitors. So what I need to do is patiently look out for what they have done. So what is working. So most of the times you would see advertisements with large number of comments. So it means that is working. Okay, so use Facebook ads library. So go to Facebook ads library, type in your niche, and you will find people who are advertising throughout the world. So from there you can take inspiration and create your own advertisements. So use videos as advertisements. You don't need to even do designing. So you can just put your phone in front and just shoot a video, and you can run an advertisement along with that. So remember that when you shoot the video, it need not have fancy graphics, it need not have fancy animations and stuff like that. So but it needs to connect to your audience. You need to be authentic. Okay, and you need to connect with your audience. You need to add value. So there is this guy called Frank Kern. So if you guys are watching, so just Google Frank Kern. So pretty sure the moment that you Google Frank Kern, so tomorrow onwards you will see advertisements from Frank Kern. Okay, so look out advertisements of Frank Kern. So all he does is that he just keeps his mobile phone and he talks, and he's kind of like adding value after value after value. So whenever I see Frank Kern's programs, I'll definitely sign up. So his programs are affordable. his programs add tremendous value. So and it's kind of like really good for me to learn from my business. So the two stuff. So go and you can comment in these platforms. So a lot of people, a lot of conversations would happen around yoga. So go there and showcase that you are an expert. Okay, and probably 2 comments, 3 comments later, you can just say, hey, if you are more interested to know, just check out my yoga program. Okay, and more people will be more happy to check out what your yoga program is. So that's how you build your audience.
That's exactly. I mean, that's golden, because there's a business or a company in the US called Mixergy, and they have built a $3 million a year business around this concept. And then one of the biggest things is they don't do professional video shoots, nothing. It's just a conversation with you or an expert and discussions. And it's a $3 million business where they're basically selling recorded webinars. That's what they're doing. And they're doing really, really well. They're huge in whatever domain they are in. So this is an amazing conversation. Like, this is a masterclass in itself. I mean, so thank you so much. I mean, and I don't see any more questions that I have. Just one last plug-in here, that we do have. A lot of people are asking, how do I run Facebook ads? How do I do just this insight about how to do better ads, how to write better copies and all that. The link is in the description or in the chat for everybody for the Knorish Accelerator program. But my final question to you is, if you could tell us in just few words, how has life changed with Knorish?
See, with Knorish, I think, before Knorish, I had been doing a lot of jugaad. So you would not believe the kind of jugaad. So I can probably talk about for an entire day on what kind of different plug and play stuff that I would do. And what that does is that it takes up a lot of time to manage, and many a times if one fails, so pretty much the entire stack is going to tumble. So what Knorish did was, number one, it freed up a lot of my time because everything is automated. Okay, so the second stuff is that what Knorish had done for me is it has helped me build a community. So one-off courses, one-off stuff is kind of like good. Okay, luckily I was able to make some money in the front end, so it is kind of like good. But where my lifestyle can be sustained for a longer period of time is when I build a community, when I build a membership. Okay, and that is I've probably tried. I'm a tech guy, so I've probably tried at least like 10-12 different platforms, international, local. So try to build platforms and stuff like that. So I haven't had the kind of ease that I have with Knorish in any other platform. Okay, so if you are building, see, of course, yes, you can build a lot of LMS into your site and stuff like that. But for each and everything, you need to be dependent on a developer.
True, very true.
So Knorish has got your back when it comes to that. So they take care of the development part. So all I need to focus is market the program. Okay, be there to run the program and enjoy the benefits. Okay, and one thing that I really like about Knorish is their support system. So never have I felt that I'm lost on how to move ahead from here. So the moment that I send an email, probably I would have probably you guys would have followed up with me, like we had sent a solution for you, where you able to find it out of and close the deal rather than me asking for what is the solution for the next step. Okay. So the support has been really good. I haven't had this kind of support in large even some of the unicorns. So do not provide the kind of support that you guys do.
Thank you for that amazing shout out. I mean, it really makes that's one of the best things that you can hear about our teams. Thank you so much for that.
No, it has been fantastic, Vinod. So many people have learned, and I think it's been tremendous. You've been so kind with sharing all of the things that you've shared with us. A lot of people feel it's hidden knowledge. Let's not share it. But we love the way you kind of shared all of this. And I'm certain we're going to do so much together. So thank you so
Thanks,
much for
man.
joining in, on a weekend. Really appreciate it, and all the kind words and the
Thanks,
time
man.
that you spent with
So
us.
there
Thank you
is
so much.
no more differentiation between a weekend and weekday.
Yeah. Yes, you're living the free life,
You know what I was doing till 5:30?
Would love to
Yes.
know.
I was playing cricket with my with the local kids over here. So that's the and every day, 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock is kind of like cricket.
Super amazing, man. Like this is so
So this would
inspiring
not
and
have
lovely.
been possible if not for Knorish taking care of some of the businesses.
Wow. You don't mind us running this particular piece as an ad. This is such a great ad. I don't think so. Even Amitabh Bachchan saying the same thing would have made more sense, as much as it did coming from you.
Yeah.
But thank you so much. Really appreciate your time, Vinod. Thank
Thanks,
you.
man. Thanks, Josh.
Thank you,
Thanks.
everybody, for
See you.
joining in. Enjoy your
Yeah.
weekend.
Thank you.
Happy Janmashtami, everybody. Thanks.
Bye.